there anything, like I know you touched on briefly earlier, but is there anything you wish you did more of or differently when you were looking for that first job?
It's a good question, but I feel like I try not to dwell on that because I think everything happens for a reason. And I did enough.
Mm-hmm.
I did exactly what God wanted me to do to be where I am. But I guess I would say for anyone who's looking for their first job, I definitely would say to you, because these are things that definitely crossed my mind, the things that I was experiencing. I would definitely tell you, like, girl or guy, whoever you are not defined by employment. You are not defined by the
Mm-hmm.
company you work for. You are not defined by the amount of offers you get and not by your paycheck. That's it.
Yeah.
Like for me, let me talk, when I was getting rejections, I started feeling like my worth was going down. Like
I
that's
know that.
exactly,
You'd be like, who would want to employ me anymore?
like your confidence just goes down. I think, and for me, that's one of my, it's a strength and a weakness. Like sometimes I define myself by my success, and that's what motivates me. And I have to like tell myself, like, Rufaro, like that's not it, right? But I would say, and the thing is, when I made that shift, like at the end of the day, I'm not defined by the amount of offers I get. I'm not defined by the job. My attitude changed. I felt so much peace, and it just started working. Like when I was interviewing, that pressure had been lifted off, and it turned from oh my gosh, master,
Yes.
take me
Any
in.
job, I need employment.
Yes, it shifted to, I was calm, I was confident. I was like, I'm comfortable in my worth, I'm comfortable in where I am. So I'm here to see what you have to offer for me. And it makes the difference. It really does. Because I feel like it does, because when the interviews I went into with that mindset, I got offers in. So I would definitely urge you to definitely try work to building that shift, and it just doesn't happen overnight. It comes from practicing and just reaffirming yourself with those words. And yeah, like, just, I would say keep going, don't stop. I would also say, like, don't settle. Let's say if you get your first offer or whatever, don't, and maybe make it, unless if it's what you really wanted, but don't
Mhm.
settle, because maybe if you were to get with another place as well and you really wanted that company, you could tell them, hey, this company is giving me XYZ. They may say only work 4 days a week. This one might push it up to, okay, hey, you can work 3.5 days, so at the same pay. So that's just it. So I think, maybe don't settle, but fully know your worth, and the other things will come to play. I mean, I think we all know the other things. Research, keep going, but the most important thing is always be comfortable with you and where you are. So yeah.
Yeah, honestly, the whole way, if I could just be clicking from the start to the end, I would do, because what you said is so, so true and so, so relevant. Like, I think I've gone through all the stages that you're describing, and like you, as soon as you get comfortable and know that things will fall into place, or I will come across the role that's for me, like maybe it's not been advertised yet, like there's still chances for it to come onto your radar. You start to trust in yourself and your process and look at the time that you have off differently. Like as soon as I realized that most of these things are not in my control, I was like, I'm going to read for leisure. Like I'm going to enjoy this time, because once I'm working, this freedom that I have between Monday to Friday will not exist. And I'll be thinking, Canisha, why did you not just watch Netflix and chill? Because once you're working, you'll never get to do that. Not never, but you don't get the same freedoms that you have during this time of searching for a job. And I think when you start to be like, you know what, this is only going to be for a certain amount of time, you start to appreciate that and also recognize your own value. But I think another thing that helps so much is to have a support system. So whether it is your friends, whether it is partner, whether it's your family, like lean on them for support and encouragement, because in those times when you might not see your value, or you attach yourself too much to your unemployment, they're the ones to remind you that no, there's so much more to you, that you've done this in the past, or you're doing this, or they know you better, hopefully better than you know yourself, so they can really affirm you and just support you when you need it the most. But also they celebrate your wins because they know exactly what you've been through. So I definitely encourage you to like have a support system. Don't be shy to tell people you're looking for a job. Like one of the things that I fell victim to at the beginning of my job search was I didn't want to tell people. I wanted people to think that I'm okay, like I'm not, I'm good. But I found there's actually so much power in telling people I'm actually looking for a job. This is what I'm looking for, because suddenly the conversation turns from just an everyday one to be like, I have a friend that actually works in this company. That's the role they're describing. Let me connect you, or send me your CV. I'll actually send it to other people that I know. Or you know what, I'm on you're on my radar. I'm going to look out for things for you, because now you've turned from being one person searching for a job to now having 50 people looking on your behalf, but also being your referrals to stepping past, the online system. So support network, but also speak about it. Everybody knows what going for a job is like, and they don't look at it as oh, that says a lot about her. She must be a lazy person. No. People get made redundant all the time. People go through this period of the time all the time. So they'll never look at it as a reflection of your character or who you are as a person. It's just a chapter. Like, we all have to go to school between 5 and 18. It's a chapter. So same with this job search. Like, it's a chapter until you go into the next one.
I love it, because let me tell you, even for me, so I mean, my closest friends, the ones I was at school with and I stayed with, they knew all my business. I knew all their business, so they knew I was looking for a job. So yeah, but with them, I think also they really were praying for me as well, just like through the whole process. And there's just something in knowing that it's not just one prayer going, but I mean,
yes,
it's all of them going.
It's like amplified.
Exactly. And definitely what you said about letting people know. Even for me, I mean, of course, my friends knew, but then the other people who might not be your closest friends, but the people you know and people, you talk with. And they would also just send me opportunities. I mean, it might not be related to what I do or what I do, but I would still say thank you and do the same.
Yeah.
And I do the same as well for my friends who are not in my field. Of course, there are times when I send information that okay, maybe they're in the medical field, and I've sent them something that to me it sounds like in the medical field, but it's not. But I always just say, hey, I don't know if it's related, but I'm just sending, because that's just it. I think that's one of the most important things. Like, share the things you're going through, because you like you said, you have so many people who are out there then that can share to you. So
100%. Yeah. So honestly, when you remember all those points and just stay rooted in the confidence that it's going to work out, I honestly think this job searching chapter, whether it is a week or a year long, it will be a bit more of a peaceful time, at least mentally. Like, everything else might not be moving as you want it, but inner peace, honestly, that's the priceless thing about it. Inner peace, because even when you are in a job, that's something that you end up realizing that you're also seeking without knowing. But yeah, honestly, Rufaro, thank you so much for being on this video or videos. I don't know, like, I feel like we're so good at talking that it might end up being 2 videos. Who knows? But the wisdom that you shared is so invaluable. And I know if it's one person listening to this, they will definitely take away something from it and apply it to their own job search or reminisce about this chapter of their life. So thank you so, so much for sharing with us.
thanks for having me, and I'm throwing a shameless plug.
Yes, I should have said it at the beginning. Don't worry, we're gonna say the plug now, and then we're gonna redo it again so I can put it right at the beginning.
Yes, let me throw my shameless plug. I'm also a YouTuber. You can go ahead and follow my channel and subscribe. My channel is She Money Hacks. I think the information will be in the description. And yeah, She Money Hacks is in the name. I'm a very frugal child. So I'm trying to get more content on that, how you can, really understand your money, get it together. But with that also, it's about professional development as well. So get your money together, get your job or whatever field you're in together. And yeah.
No, that sounds great. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.